into it right now. 2 seconds. So hello, welcome to the Mackem Cabbie and Davey show. Hello, Davey.
Hello. How you doing? Have you calmed down yet?
No, I'm still seething. Still seething.
I've been laughing at you yesterday.
Oh, have you?
Well, like I say, I always watch your show on a Sunday.
Aye.
And watching you in that first half, you think we'd won the World Cup. And then watching in the second half, you think it was a different world.
Oh, but that's exactly how I felt, Davey, and it's like that's what happens when you're Sunderland through and through, isn't it?
Oh man, you get used to it, man.
Oh, get used to it? Bugger of hell.
Just look at the bigger picture.
Oh man, I was just elate. I mean, what got me so excited was the fact, like, the quality of those goals. It was just, God, that was just breathtaking. And the way we played, and it's Coventry City, the old arch enemy we never seem to beat, and I was ecstatic. I thought, get in, Isidore scores, and then, you know, and I wasn't angry at full time. I was just frustrated to hell.
No, I mean, when you see Wilson's goal, right?
Aye.
I kind of believe there would be a better one 10 minutes later, would you?
Oh, Christ almighty. He not half rocketed that, didn't he?
Oh.
Bloody hell's bells. I mean...
And the roar of the crowd made the goals even better.
Oh, I know. Well, it was a different type of roar, Davey. It was more like like that, because they couldn't believe it.
And that strike off certain. Oh, God.
He hit that hard, didn't he?
I must have just caught it perfect.
Because I reckon if you hit a football perfect, it's like hitting fresh air. You don't even know you've hit it.
Aye.
And I think that's why I was so annoyed and gloomy at full time, because I desperately wanted Sunderland to win that. Just so the fact that you could look back on that goals and go, yeah, what an all-round superb win that was. And it's kind of took the shine off, Dave, them goals, us not winning. It's like, I like to look at the goals again, but not as much, because it's in the back of my mind that our didn't win.
Aye. I mean, I've watched a few podcasts today there, and you think all you would be talking about is them goals, but people's not mentioning the goals.
No.
It's such a shame.
I know. Hello, Jacob. Got Yorkshire Mackem in. You alright, Jacob, lad?
Oh, Jacob.
Cabbie. Hi, Davey. We all good?
Aye.
Aye.
Bit of a game on Saturday, wasn't it?
Oh, game of 2 offs.
But the only good thing is we're still top of the league, and I think this international break we can recharge our batteries, can't we? We can recharge ourselves. Hopefully get back to finishing the game off.
The only thing is, Jake, we'll need more than batteries with the team problems we've got with their suspensions and injuries.
Hello, Jim N says, hi, Cabbie, Davey. He's not mentioned Jacob because he was on before you arrived, but I'm sure Jacob will say hi back.
Hiya. Bonjour.
Bonjour. But no, it was just I don't know. I want to beat Coventry nearly as much as I like to beat Newcastle. It's just like it still goes on. And for some way or other, they find a way at Coventry, didn't they? They find a way, doesn't matter what you do.
And we find a way to lose? Like, not win?
I don't know. I mean, Davey, you were at the game. What was the atmosphere like at half-time?
Oh, tremendous. Tremendous. And then you could hear a pin drop in the second half, a pin drop.
Yeah.
You could see what was coming. You could see it happening in front of your eyes.
Is this before Coventry pulled their first goal back, or was it after?
Aye, you could see it coming. You could see it coming, even though I was watching. I'm thinking, well, they still haven't created now, and the chance they got was very, very lucky, like, because it ricocheted off Brown, or it would never have went to them.
No. No. It's.
I mean, I could be wrong. I could be, I don't know, but I wasn't very pleased with the keeper. Like, I thought he was poor on that first goal.
He flapped a bit, didn't he?
Well, he dived as if he was going to get it across him, but he went near post, didn't he?
Yeah.
He should have just stood up.
I think what makes it worse as well, I think that's the poorest Coventry City side we've played in a long time, and we still didn't beat them. We destroyed them. We once 10 minutes was a bit scrappy, but once we got that first goal and second goal, we were just tearing shreds of skin off them, and it was just a shame the half time come, because you know what I mean. If it had been another 15 minutes or so before half time, I think we could have gone in 3 and out. But you hadn't put a past them making it 3-3 either, would you? Them sods.
No.
But that's what annoyed me, is the fact it was the poorest Coventry side I've seen Sunderland face in a long time. You can see why they're struggling at the bottom half where they are. I mean, is there any reason why do you think Sunderland have the need to take the foot off the gas for the second half? I mean, why? I just didn't understand the mentality of it. Like, I mean, I thought Regis Labrie was press right until the final whistle.
Well, I mean, I've thought about it all weekend, right? Listen, can you remember when we played Burnley?
I do, yeah.
We've done exactly what we did on Saturday. When we played Middlesbrough, we're doing exactly the same against Middlesbrough. The second half, banks of 4, hold what you've got.
So maybe teams are sussing us out now.
Well, I just think they were unfortunate, like they were. We had more chances than them in the second half.
Would you not rather see Sunderland just gone out all in all attack second half than this defending and let's protect what we've got? Why? The best protection for a lead is getting a third, isn't it? Surely.
No. Well, they did try for a third, like.
Aye.
I mean, they had about 3 or 4 good chances. Good chances.
Ah, you did, mate. I'm just going to get myself a drink of water. I'll be back in a second. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, we've got Millwall next, and they're no mugs because they've beaten Burnley and Leeds.
I'm dreading it.
Oh, they've got, yeah.
I've settled for a point now for that one.
Oh, I think I've said a draw for that and all. Sent some predictions to a friend for the next, well, I think the games are quite far away, but it was next year, I think, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was first games of 2025. So Burnley away, Borough away, Watford at home, Leeds away and Hull at home.
All on Sky.
Yeah. Well, I said, I think Burnley and Middlesbrough will be 1-1. I said 2-1 in the Watford game to us. A 1-1 draw at Leeds and a 3-1 home win to Hull. So I think it'd be a tough month, that.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
Got to be optimistic at least.
Aye.
Stevie Taylor, hello Stevie Taylor, says, good evening lads, Cabbie. He says, can I ask you, what was your expectations at the start of the season? Davey is right, calm down Cabbie. We'll be okay this season. Stevie, I'm just worried about our strength and depth, and I was on Total Sport tonight, and I was talking to Danny Collins, and I says once again, every time Sunderland seems to get an injury or suspension, I says, it just affects Sunderland massively and they capitulate. And I says that they go from a real they could beat anybody to 3rd or 4th or bottom form in the league. And it's like every time we get a key player or 2 out, it affects Sunderland massively, because once again we're struggling to have anything in depth. And Danny Collins, he did admit to that. And of course we've got Alesic, he's only 19, he's not tested. We've got like Connolly, which the fans aren't impressed with. When Connolly comes on ahead of Mayenda, it means Isadore's pushed out to the left, which is totally stupid if you ask me. He's our out and out striker. And that's why I'm just concerned. And I stick to my words. If we didn't strengthen in January, because whether you like it or not, you've got to have a real strong depth in the squad if you're wanting top two or even the playoffs, because you know, if our side's going to be diluted with injuries and this and that, and we're not going to sign anybody. I mean, you could be looking even mid-table by the end of the season, because the likes of Leeds and Sheffield United and Burnley and all that, they've got decent squad strengths. They've got depth in the squads and stuff, and I just hope that would be, because it does, Davey. I mean, and Jacob, we've not won since Bellingham's been out.
No.
You know, and you've always said, haven't you? Bellingham is all over the place. He's controlling everything.
He's a huge miss, and a huge miss.
How many game suspensions does he get?
3.
It's 3.
1 left. Millwall's his last one, but then he's still on 4 bookings.
Right. It's just mad. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, like we're a one-man team and all that, but it's just, how many seasons can you say when we've had injuries? It's just really screwed us over.
Bellingham makes other players tick though.
It does. It's like we've lost that, like the main circuit board of the team, and it's affecting them mentally as well as physically.
These our legs in the middle, like we had no response on Saturday in the second half because we didn't have any legs. I mean, Brown's got any legs, has he?
No. Kevin Carr, hello Kevin. He says, hi Mackem Cabbie, we just don't have the squad to cover Job, and now these suspensions. Just what I've said, Kevin, mate. And January is just round the corner. I mean, you've just got to trust. Dare I say, you've just got to trust the system what we've got. Regis LeBrie is coming to some criticism for the first time from some of the fans by starting Connolly ahead of Mayenda. Do you agree, lads? Do you think it was a strange sub bringing Connolly on?
Nah, well, we don't know how fit Mayenda is, do we? You know, he's just come back of injury. He obviously likes Connolly, doesn't he?
But he's offering out though, Davey, is he? What's he done since he's playing?
Well, he's been just chucked up there on his arm, though, hasn't he? He's been injury near him. He had a good chance. He nearly put it away, like, didn't he?
Hey, all I want is for it to work out with him. I didn't wish anything nasty on a Sunderland player. I would never would. But it's a really harsh business, isn't it? And it's like if you're not doing the business, then you know what I mean. The fans are going to start saying, "Well, hey, it's not good enough. If we're wanting to get the top 2 or 6, then we cannot have another Will Grigg striker, because it's just not going to happen, Davey." Jacob, it's not.
No.
As much as you know, you might be popular in the squad and that, but at the end of the day, it's about business on that pitch. And he doesn't excite us, Connolly, when he comes on, especially if Isadore's being shoved out the way. I don't know. It's strange. And apparently, Regis LeBrie made a funny comment saying he made the subs because he wanted to fix what was wrong in the first half.
I know, that was a strange thing. He must have seen something we never seen. Because Coventry weren't threatening that first half at all. I can't remember keeping him at a save.
And unless he's on about, you could see there was a couple of players struggling with a knock or something. I don't know. I don't think he was on about form, was he? Because I mean that was near perfect. That was. I don't know. Mackem on a mission. Hello, Mackem on a mission. Says we seem to have dropped off everything since that new Portuguese coach has come in, and a few people have said that. Seems like a less high press mentality. And David Joblin's in. Hello, David. It says, hi, Cabbie, Davey, Jakey, hello, Gary Hall. Come on, lads. So, what do you reckon to Mackem on a missions then? He says, ever since the Portuguese fellas come in, we're just clutching at straws here.
Clutching at straws. We haven't lost a game since he come in. You could look at it that way now.
You could do.
There's always 2 ways to look at it when you're not losing. But you're saying we're not winning.
I'm a glass half empty with Sunderland, and that's just the way I am.
That's wrong, man.
I know. It's just that. I'm just expecting the worst with Sunderland. I'm just expecting this huge Jenga collapse. Like a couple of bricks have been pulled out of blocks from the bottom, like with the injuries and suspension, and we'll just free fall. I'm just that used to what happening. Of course, I hope I'm wrong, but
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take long for other teams around us to catch us up, do it?
Oh no.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, Middlesbrough's 5-1 thumping against Luton Town. I mean, I don't think that Luton Town manager will be there by the next league game. You know.
No, he looks deflated, doesn't he?
He looks deflated. I mean,
he might tackle a match of the day.
no, you're right, Davey. I've put a plug in for you.
Well, I'll wait for the phone call.
After listening back to it, Davey, they were laughing when I said.
Yeah. Put this well, Dave, for half the money Lineker was doing it for.
Oh, blow my neck.
I'll be happy.
He's done it for a while, Lineker, though.
Aye.
Jim N says it's only his third sub appearance. Give him a chance to get up to speed, and I think Jim's on about Connolly there.
Yeah.
John Nesbitt says good evening both. Hiya Jim. The Nesbitt brothers are in the house as usual. So is there anything else you guys would like to point out about Coventry? So somebody says we didn't on the tannoy they didn't shout out the Coventry team like number 1, number 2, number 3 or so and so like that. Someone said they missed them out for some strange reason. I think it was. I don't think that's important though, is it? But apparently it was brought up.
Well, they never played Wise Men Say.
I wonder if that's to do with the.
So that remembrance thing, wasn't it?
It could be, I suppose. They didn't even. They were supposed to be doing a light show at full time, but I don't think many people would appreciate that, would they? The way they felt at full time. So I think that's why there was no light show, because let's face it, that's only a victory thing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
John Nesbitt, he says the reason we only got a draw on Saturday is that we have no captain on the pitch. Dan Neil will never be captain material. Simple as that. Is John being a bit harsh, do you think?
Right. I wouldn't blame Dan Neil for what happened on Saturday. Like, I mean,
no. I think.
He had a bad 20 minutes and all. He was getting pulled all over, wasn't he?
He was.
It was just a bad second half. Like just everything went wrong. And I mean, where was the superstar on there Saturday in the second half? I've never seen him kick the ball once.
No.
Mr. Rigg.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen him touch the ball in the second half.
But you've said this a few times about Riggy boy. He seems to he seems to gone missing for 2 or 3 games, and then he's a superstar the next.
Yeah.
Is this a sign we're overplaying the lad, perhaps? Because Bellingham was like that, wasn't he? The season before last or so. If we kept playing him, he was in all sorts.
They pulled him out of the England squad, so there must be one frightening in case he gets injured, because they'll need him next week.
Oh my God, they will do. Colin Major's in.
Colin Major.
He says, sack the manager. He says, only kidding, lads. John Nesbitt says, you have to respect Coventry's desire and heart to fight back. Yeah, of course you do. And I have said that in one of my videos as well. I mean, you do have to say, like, you know, congratulations, well done to them. I always do for the fight back. But I still look at it, it was more of Sunderland shooting themselves in the foot than a Coventry fight back.
Yeah.
You know?
I did say about it. Sunderland dropped off, like. The intensity went, didn't it?
Well, that's a mental thing. Do you think Sunderland perhaps maybe thought they've got this one then?
I think they've just shut up shop, like. A bit like they did with Burnley and Middlesbrough. Only this time they had 2-goal leads and it didn't work.
You see, it might work against the Oxfords and the Derbys and stuff, but, you know, I have said it's the poorest Coventry side we've played, and I still stick to my words, but they're still dangerous up front. They've still got quality up front. They might not have anywhere else.
Wright's a handful, isn't he?
Oh, he is, He is, Jacob, you'll have been frustrated, were you, watching that? Were you swearing a bit?
I wasn't proper ranting and raving, but I was just upset with throwing it away. You know, and because of how Coventry have been, they're not rubbish team in general, are they? They are a good. Looking at the history and as a club, then it's not embarrassing, but it's just how they've been performing lately. Why it's not a good result. So, but onwards and upwards, you can't win them all, can you? You're gonna have blips and that. So
Davey was just saying, he was laughing at me. He says it was the way I was reacting for stuff in the second half, but I was singing songs, and also I probably look a right prat, but I didn't care.
You weren't singing songs. You were singing fucking Easter Door and everything.
Davey's saying like I'm having out or more to do with this lad. He's a nutter. Yeah, he needs sent to Cherry Knowles. This Mackem Cabbie. Oh, I'm not in my conservative mode. I'm actually in the stadium. I'm there. I'm part of it.
Cabbie, man, I was even laughing at you this morning in the car. 15 and a half minutes fucking rambling on.
Rambling on.
Hey, lad.
I like a good rambler. That's why I'm a taxi driver. You can imagine the crap I listen to of me passengers. I've got to ramble on.
Every time you get a Newcastle fan in your car, Cabbie, you need to bleach the seats or something.
Oh, you do? I get the Mr. Muscle out and the rusty Brillo pads and that. I had my son on top on. I even went to the primary school waiting for the mother and the kid to come out. And there was these 4 little kids where they walked past my car. They must have been somewhere playing footy with a teacher or something. And one of them tapped on my window and he pointed at his badge on his shirt. He had a Newcastle badge on and he went, Newcastle! He must have only been about 5. the teacher was laughing his head off. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, that's the last thing I need, a 5-year-old telling us Newcastle. All good banter, of course.
They've not won out for donkey's years, have they? So they can't say much, can they?
Oh, of course they can't. Gary Hoyle says, we are too light and not enough experience in the squad. And it does, that massively shows, Gary, when we do get suspensions and injuries. And don't forget, though, who's the 2 players we've still yet to see that were signed?
It's 3.
There's Alesic and who's the other 2?
Samad.
Yeah.
Who's a midfield player, and the striker, Abdullah.
And Abdullah and Samad, are they both full-time signings, or is one of them alone?
One of them's a loan. Samad's on loan.
Christ, there's not going to be much of the season left, is he? When he's fit, he's on loan.
And
that's just the craziest thing Sunderland do, isn't it? They sign a player on a season-long loan, and he's out for 70% of the season. Where's the brains like? That just doesn't make sense.
I think Alexei will get his game this next week, like.
Well,
he'll have to play, won't he?
You would think so, wouldn't you? What? With Sunderland, though, you didn't know they might just turn Millwall out. Alesic might just be. He might be running rings. You didn't know. You just don't know, do you? He could be immense. You just.
Aye.
Stephen Taylor says Lineker's been at Match of the Day since 1998. As long as that. Ken Walton, member of the channel. Hello, Ken. He says, hi, lad. Sorry I'm late. Pleased you on tonight. Let's not get too down. The kids are very young in this league. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying there, Ken. Like, I don't think we're a bit like down, but I think frustration's the word. It was just like, it's like teasing you. Yeah, you've got the 3 points against Coventry. Yeah, you want to beat them, and they just take it away from you. It was just. Yeah. I mean, how would you have felt if it was we're 2-0 down and we equalised with 5 minutes to go? It would have been totally different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, still only get a point though.
You still only get a point, but in the manner they've done it, we'll be saying, "Oh, that was a good fight back." That, yeah, we're up for us. We're up.
When I say about the bigger picture, the last 6 games, right? We've had 4 away and 2 at home.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'd said to you, would you be happy with 12 points out of them 6 games? You would say, "Oh, definitely 2 points a game, which is what you're supposed to get," and that's what we've done.
12 points is massive.
Right.
I think it's just the manner. I think it's just our performances, especially against Preston, and QPR. You could sort of let them off a little bit because they got a man sent off, but before the sending off, Sunderland were pretty dire, to be honest with you. And I think that's all I'm getting paranoid about, is the fact like the way we've been playing. But as you say, we've been playing not the best, but we're still getting points. But at some point, how many draws would Sunderland need to have before the fans start getting concerned, saying, hold on a minute, this needs to stop? You know, if we draw against Millwall, but I'll tell you now, we'd settle for a point though, wouldn't we, against Millwall with our weakened squad?
Get a point and away. Get away.
You know, because I think we've only got...
And then, come West Brom, we've got like 3 or 4 players back.
I didn't fear West Brom.
Right, they're always a hard team to beat, like.
You know, Sheffield United will be the one, I think.
That'll be a belter game. I just hope we've got everybody fit for that.
RD, and I didn't want any sendings off either. I want a proper game of footy, because it spoils it, doesn't it?
It'll be a good game against them if we're on our game. We'll give them a cracking game, like. Because they didn't score many goals.
No. Well, they only just scored one against Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday put up a good fight, like, and of course, if Sheffield United had scored 4, they would have been ahead of us in goal difference.
There was only one shot on target in the whole game for both sides.
Aye.
There you go.
I was listening. It was on TalkSport 2.
Aye.
Jim N says, manager of the month curse. New manager bounce, bogey team. Maybe we did well to get a draw. And I mean, I know it wasn't necessarily a new manager bounce, but we just don't know what the dressing room was like under Robbins. They might have hated him. I don't know. It's that you'll never know. John Nesbitt says, we need a big signing in January. Without naming him, if players are miffed because their cushy number is under threat, so be it. I don't care if players lose their place. All that counts is the ones.
Henderson.
That still keeps getting mentioned, you know, Henderson coming back.
Aye. Well, that would be a good boost, wouldn't it?
There's no reason why they should get him. I mean, let's face it, it should be a little bit easier, him being a Sunderland fan and all, Sunderland through and through, shouldn't it? I mean, put it this way, he'll not need a tour of the city, will he? Or around Jackie White's to introduce him to the place.
No. He'll not need the money either.
I know.
He'll probably live in a posh part of the North East, won't he? Or Durham. Some of them don't live in Sunderland, do they, players? They might live in Durham or something like that.
Yeah, is Durham the posh part, like?
Well, I don't know. I've not been to Durham.
That must be posh.
Aye, I'll have clean curtains over there, man, Davey.
Aye. That's where I live, Jacob Durham.
County Durham.
Aye.
There's only one part of Durham I know.
They didn't call me posh.
Do you know Concert, Davey? Have you heard of Concert where...
Well, I was there, right? Concert.
Yeah.
Rough as hell.
Is it rough?
Oh, aye.
Burnt sofas outside houses or...
Right.
Like
These shops open, shops boarded up and everything.
It's where Rowan Atkinson's from, Concert.
Right.
Mr. Bean.
All the boy racers live at Concert, all the hardcore ravers and stuff live in Concert.
Aye.
That's where the Pink Panther...
It snows in August.
Aye, it snows in August, it does, aye.
Aye.
And it's all nicely straight lines as well on the pads, isn't it? I mean, you know the saying about the Pink Panther being from Durham, didn't you?
Pink Panther?
Aye, Durham. And anyway. Peter Harvey says, why not play Elesic next game for Sunderland? We also buy injured players. Play Banter next game. Good shout, do you think?
Who?
Banter? Play Banter next game?
No.
Why
I
not?
think Tommy Watson will be playing.
Why not play Lesic next game for Sunderland? We also buy injured players. Play Benetti next game. I know Watson got bullied off the ball against Preston. I mean, they're a similar side, aren't they? Millwall, they're the rough and tumble side. They're very physical.
Oh, Millwall's just they're like Luton, aren't they?
Aye.
The ball's never on the bottom. The ball's in the air all the game.
Right, it's still a while off yet. Like, we still don't know what's happening. We don't exactly what's happening with Mundle and Brown then.
Mundle's knackered like.
Is he?
Hamstring, innit? That looked like a hamstring to me.
Did it?
Aye, definitely.
So you're talking it could be a few months for him then. But saying that though, he's not been his usual sell, has he?
No, he had a good game on Saturday, like.
Good game Saturday.
Aye, that was. I mean, he made both goals.
Aye. But for all we know, he might have had a little niggle and he's just ignored it. Maybe that's why he's not been. He's not his usual sell because you just didn't know, do you? You know, I might be just trying to shrug it off, saying, I'll be all right, and then someone's just gone.
Hamstrings can go any time, can't they?
It hasn't been confirmed it's a hamstring, though, is it?
No, but it looks like it. You're talking 8 to 10 weeks, aren't you?
And Brown, what did Brown do exactly?
I think he was just a knock.
Just a knock.
So he could be all right.
A lot of fans saying he had a poor game, Brown.
Yeah, I was disappointed in him. Like, yeah, he's the one who should have been shouting and bawling and getting stuck in, but there was none of that, was there?
No. Even Meffam got mentioned that he wasn't at his best.
No, he wasn't.
It's queer, isn't it? Absolutely queer. We've seen Meffam just solid as a rock.
No.
I don't know. It's queer. Gary Hoyle says, fed up with Lineker's smarmy comments on Match of the Day with his cronies got too big for the chair.
No. Hope that Shearer doesn't get the job.
He hasn't got the personality for it, man.
No.
Give it to Michael Richards and Roy Keane. You get a laugh with them, too.
Yeah. Roy Keane's hilarious, isn't he?
Aye.
There was a press conference where he's like, whose phone is that? Can you turn it off, please, or something like that? Someone's phone went off.
Yeah, that's when he was. Yeah, I've seen that. That was when he was warming up for one of the World Cups, I believe. That's right.
There was another analyst. You know where they do analysts, all that stuff.
Aye.
There was one where Roy Keane's like, he called one of other pundits a baby. He went, "Oh, you big baby," or "baby," something like that.
Yeah, there's a compilation of another one you're on about, and it was Jamie Carragher and Michael Richards. All when he says "baby" at the third time, they all start just heaving and laughing. It's hilarious. But him and Michael Richards, like they really go together well.
Yeah,
like,
Michael Richards. Yeah,
it's his laugh, man. Michael Richards' laugh, man. It's like he proper belly laughs. It's
hilarious. He doesn't take rubbish though, does he, Roy Keane? If you messed about or if you were playing shit, he'd let you know. He would let you know. Similar to Peter Reid.
John Nesbitt says, down at Preston, he says, I witnessed a sugar show. It was awful. We were dominated by a bunch of donkeys, he says. That was a strange game when you look back at that Preston one, wasn't it? There was...
Aye.
They weren't great. Well, some of their shots were rubbish, Preston, weren't they? Yeah. They'd either proper shoot it over at bar or just wide, you know.
19,
Preston didn't offer loads.
They didn't know. 19 odd games, if not more. They've not been beaten on a night match at Deepdale.
Preston. Yeah. Wonder who the manager is, Cabbie, huh?
Could be Mark Robbins coming up. I wish he'd stop going on about that, Davey, for God's sake. Hey, 3-year-old now, for God's sake. I don't bloody know, Jacob.
Your fault, Cabbie. You came up with it.
John Nesbitt also says Tom Watson is as weak as water, not strong enough, and if he's playing down Millwall, God help him. I reckon he could get snapped in half. But
time to man up, innit?
It's the only way to get experience, isn't it?
Aye.
And he also says Mienda should have been brought on with Wilson to run their back four ragged. Course to blame for the draw, and I think Davey said, John, about that. We just don't know how fit Mienda is.
Right.
You know, you've got to just put your faith in the man, which is Regis Labrie, and you've got to trust his judgment. And you say, well, it's the right decision. What he's mad. The reason why he's not brought Mienda on. Who knows indeed. Gary Hall says the Vultures are circling for January. Palace and Man U and Spurs targeting our players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it'll happen.
PC Gabby says, Gail here. Hiya Stuart, David and Jacob. Love the show. Davey, not David. Hello PC Gabby. Or Gail, should we say. Bloody hell's 25 to 9. I bet that's going crackers like.
Yeah. What do you think about the breaking news?
What's that?
Oh, about that referee.
A referee. Oh.
Slagging off Liverpool and that.
Klopp.
And Klopp, yeah.
Fill us in on that. Has there been some sort of recording of a referee slagging Klopp off?
There's a video, yeah.
A video's come out of that David Coots, the referee, top one. Slagging, talking amongst his mates out on a drink.
Right.
And he's saying, that Klopp, he's just a German C.
As bad as that?
Oh, aye. So he's been suspended, but just shows you what must the hell be like.
Bloody hell's bells. I mean, if you were to sit on the fence, he's not working, he's out with his mates, he's not doing anything wrong, is he?
Aye. Well, they've started looking back at these decisions against Liverpool now and the things he's done, things he hasn't gave. Oh, man, it's all kicked off.
I heard on TalkSport tonight that the fact Cootie is basically saying that video is not right, it's not me, it's been like CGI, computer generated and stuff. That's not actually me doing that. That's not me saying that.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what he was saying. That was the headlines on the on Total Sport, where Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent, who says, just got breaking news about Cootie, that the fact that he's given a statement saying that video, I did not do anything of the sort of that video. It's been messed about with, basically, which you can do with technology these days. You can do anything.
It's shocking if you can do things like that and it like destroy people's careers. Like,
aye. Unfortunately, you can. It's AI and everything's that powerful. I mean, you've seen these managers, haven't you, where the voices have been dubbed out, but it sounds like them. But the swearing and the effing and the calling this and that and the other, you would honestly think it was 100% in by what people can do with effects.
Dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah. So the experts are currently analysing the video as we speak to see if they can work out if it's been tinkered with or not.
God.
Yeah. And if it has been tinkered with, and they find that he hasn't done anything wrong, then it's going to open up a whole more can of worms, isn't it?
Right.
Because he's going to be wanting to sue in left, right, and centre, isn't he? Cool. With the stress he's caused, it's just going to explode.
Bloody hell.
I don't know. Is it not daft though, the fact, like, if like to say if it is true, but like you say he's out having a laugh with the lads and stuff. I mean, surely you should only get done for that if you get caught on that when you're actually at work, or if he's refereeing and he's been spotted on the pitch saying that he's out at the pub, he's not to deal with work, but because he's in the public eye, should he really watch what he's doing? It's a funny one, isn't it?
Aye, but you've still got to watch what you're saying. And yeah, it's like if Keir Starmer was out videoing him, he says, "Oh, King Charles is a wanker," it wasn't going down good, will it?
It's a queer, isn't it? It's strange. Right. So there we go. Yeah, I've not seen the footage, Ken. I know about it, Ken Walton, but I will have a look to see exactly what it is. Apparently all the experts of VAR and this and that and the other and the special effect experts are going to be analysing it heavily to see what the crack is. Hello Janet, how are you doing? Says, if coaches see tired legs, I wish they would use the subs earlier. Even sub someone not pulling their weight, or sub to protect the yellow cards. Do you think Regis Abreu waits a bit too long to make subs?
He always does though, didn't he? 76 minute was the first time he used the sub.
Yeah, he seems to like that time of the match, doesn't he, to fetch it on?
Aye.
John says, bear in mind these owners tell us nothing, so a January window could be a disaster for us. We will never know. It depends what the ambitions is and stuff. I mean, like I say, who'd have thought we'd have been top of the league, a month and a bit just before Crimbo. It's crackers. Jim says referees are supposed to be unbiased. Mm-hmm. I mean, did he have an argument? Did he have? Sorry, Jacob, what were you saying?
I was going to say we should know about referees, Sunderland and all that, getting the brunt of them.
Oh, 100%, absolutely. Did he have an argument with Klopp prior to this then, carrying on? Has there been a bit of friction beforehand for this to boil up like it has?
This is of 2021, you know, the video.
Oh, it's off a while ago, aye.
Aye.
So I was wondering if something's been said on the game, if there's been a... You know the way some of these... The manager and the referee get, you know, the square up, don't they? Like shouting at each other like that. Because Klopp could have been a hothead, can't he? We've seen him.
Wait, aye.
I don't know. Ref should be above that. If it's true, he should be gone. PC Cabbie. Wait a minute. I'm trying to. It's getting that many messages coming through here. Yeah, DJ Dave. Hello, mate. Says any thoughts of Gary Lineker wrapping it at the end of the season? I think his woke views have finally caught up with him. I do think it's time for change. I mean. But I didn't really watch much match of the day. I just find some of the presenters are like boring. But I think it'll be a female presenter that'll take over. I think.
Oh, you're joking.
I think there'll be a female presenter will take over his job.
A coloured one and all.
I wouldn't be surprised. We live in this ticking boxes. I mean, I've got to be careful what I say on here. So, I'm not going into anything political about it, like, but that's what I think. You'll see a female presenter. I mean, I didn't mind the likes of like Kelly Kate, she's canny, or Gabby Roslin. I think they're cracking presenters. But there's
I don't like them. Cabbie, I don't like them commentating on matches.
No.
Did you not? Or you didn't listen? You didn't watch the Preston game on Sky, did you?
No, but I've seen the highlights and stuff, and I've heard.
That was a woman commentating on the house. It was Dave Meyer eating.
Fingers down a chalkboard. I don't know. It's. I don't want to open my mouth too much because I'll start losing subscribers. I'm not saying anything. Someone needs to catch Dodds on video and fix him up with a voiceover. Oh dear. We're just going to have to wait, says Gary. John Nesbitt says, I've always said refs from other countries should be refereeing different leagues to stop this bias. Even that won't stop it. SJ, hello SJ, says rumours around that Mundle is out for 2 months. We've got no cover for him now. Watson is not proper cover. This comes down to once again Sunderland having strength and depth in it.
See, I worry that he'll play Wilson on the wing, and I didn't want him there. Like,
it's not his place. There'll be hell on if Wilson keeps getting chucked on that wing because he's wasted there.
Right, he's better up front.
Of course he is.
Fast, isn't he?
Oh, he looks like a proper striker, something we've not had for a long time.
I wish he had that chance again.
Aye, I bet.
With a keeper.
Aye.
He could have put it 20 yards over his head and he would have gotten to it.
But once again, I mean, how many times are you talking about fine margins of winning matches?
I know.
Fine margins. Steve Taylor says that ref on Saturday was the Coventry coach driver. Jim N, I think. Yeah, no, it wasn't.
No.
What were you not pressed with the ref on Saturday? What was it? Was he too stop-starty? Was he just letting?
No, I was every time we got some good interplay, they were just getting smashed, and he was near yellow cards and out.
And Patrick
Chris Rigg must have got brought down about half a dozen times by the same bloke, and he never got booked. And
Patrick Roberts gets a yellow card for dissent.
I know.
You know, when's our players going to learn, you know, whether you like it or not, you've got to just learn to shut your mouth. Is it worth getting yellow cards for just mouth and back? You can't do it.
I mean, especially when you're on 4.
You can't do it. It's as much as what you would like to mouth off at the referee. The law of the game states you can't do it now. It's like, get it into your heads. I mean, we keep saying about Dan Neil, he's young, he'll learn. No excuse for Patrick Roberts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
You should never get booked for dissent because it only guns one way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's not going to change his mind.
Nah. PC Gabby's. James says, I think the owners will definitely spend in Jan. PC Gabby, any news and updates on Brown and Mundell? We were talking about this before you came on, Gabby. We reckon it does look like, and it's not confirmed, it does look like it's some sort of hamstring for Mundell, the way he was going on, and you reckon just a knock for Brown.
Aye.
John Nesbitt says, if Mundell is out, you can kiss goodbye for promotion.
Might get Jack Clark on loan.
Aye. We weren't expecting them to beat Spurs, were we?
No.
He's another manager going to be next for the chop. Postecoglou, you watch.
Aye.
It's mad as it seems, because I think Spurs they're still in the top 5, aren't they?
Aye.
It's mad football, isn't it? First half ain't broke, don't fix it, says Janet. Goodness knows what. I still think Regis Debris got his words muddled up a bit there, saying like I needed to fix what was up in the first half. That still doesn't make sense.
No.
Jim says most of the Match of the Day presenters know FA about FA. We want Davey. Oh my god!
Get a petition, Gannon.
I know. SJ, it's just Match of the Day is now a boys' club's mates with mates. That's going to change, mate. I'll tell you now. That will change. You watch. We'll be all doing our knitting. It's just typical that our best winger gets crocked. He says we are cursed. It just happens season after season. We our players just gone down like a sack of crap all the time.
No.
And we're on the bones of our backsides. It's Gabby Logan, not Gabby Roslin. Did I say Gabby Roslin? She used to do the big breakfast, didn't she?
Aye.
Sorry, Gabby. Janet says, Davey, you cheer me up. You are so funny, thanks. Gary Hoyle says, keep it going, Stuart. It's all about opinions. That's why we love the show. Love your show. Yeah,
exactly. It's all about opinions.
There is opinions, but we live in this snowflakey world where there's always somebody that's not going to like it. And unfortunately, you could have 99 people loving what you do, and there could be that 1% of a person that doesn't like it, gets offended, and it's that 1% everybody takes notice of. That's annoying, isn't it? But cheers, Gary, anyway. AFL refs, so many inconsistencies there. D. Hall says, wasn't Rusin supposed to have left wing experience?
Alright. We might find out next week.
We might do, aye. Paul McVicker, hello Paul, you alright mate? He says, never watch Match of the Day. Work night for me. Getting the good people of Carlisle home. That's another fellow mate of mine, Paul McVicker, who's a Sunderland fan. Comes to the lot of the games. We often have a good banter about it. Last match I went with him was when we played West Ham. And we lost 2-1, I think, at home. And that was the miracle season with Gustavo Poyet.
Right.
Andy Carroll nipped up and scored for them. And we lost 2-1 that night. Remember it. Peter Harvey, the young Ukrainian player who plays for the under-21s, could come in as he's a winger. Take it you're talking about Olesic there, yeah?
No, he's talking about Tuchioff or somebody.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Tuchioff.
That's right, yeah. I've seen his name now coming up on the under-21s. A lot of good reports about him and all.
Yeah. I wouldn't be frightened to get that big dog you go. You know who scores all the goals for them?
Oh, what's he called again? I know who you're on about.
Aussie Summit.
Yeah, I know who you're on about. Yeah, he seems quality, and you've commented on a few times and you've watched him play, haven't you?
Aye.
John Nesbitt, if it's a hamstring injury, it's up to 4 to 6 weeks out, depending on the damage or the tear. DJ Dave says, love Davey to bits, but you would need subtitles for anyone south of Durham. Aye. So I've not mentioned one about one before. We have to do, say congratulations to the lasses. Is it 3 wins out of 3?
Aye.
Credit where credit's due.
I think if they get promoted, when they're in the Prem, they can play at the Stadium of Light. At the minute, they don't play then at the moment, but I think it's if they get to the Prem, they can... Yeah, it's just... Yeah, hopefully they can get to Prem.
I still think someone said they're sitting 8th or 9th or something, but after watching them against Newcastle, I didn't have much hope for them. But, hats off to the lasses. They've done well. Or doing well. Jim N says, Trey Ogunsui.
That's him.
How old is he?
17, 18, something like that.
You don't fancy Bar getting a start?
I don't know. Yeah, I'd say that Adele might be in the squad, mightn't he?
Oh. Yeah, there's definitely some friction between Ashish and the manager, isn't there? It's like if you...
Definitely.
I mean, his confidence is going to be shot to bits. The fact he doesn't even get a start now, and it was Regis who sold him to us in the first place.
Aye.
If he doesn't get a start on Saturday when we play Millwall, then what will he have to do? SJ says Alessi is supposed to be fit. We should bring him in. Get Ballard next to Meffam. It'll 309 to replace Brown. Then Rig and Neil together.
Aye. We could say Luke 09 in midfield, couldn't we?
We could do.
That's a possibility.
Mac on a mission. Davey, ha. You cannot say that on YouTube. Absolute class.
Can't say what?
I don't know what he's on about. So you come up with it. PC Gabby says, I would prefer to let my cat play for Sunderland instead of Roosen. Oh, is that a bit harsh, do you think, on Roosen?
Hey.
I wonder if Mackem Cabbie's cat will get a game. I don't know. John Nesbitt says, he's not that good, Ogunsui. I'm afraid, only my opinion, he says.
He looks alright for the 21s, doesn't he?
Yeah, he could be better than Barr, hasn't he?
He's better than Hamea.
Oh, I was just going to say, is any football played tonight? But no, it's the Nations League again.
What's that?
I was just going to look see if there was any football scores on tonight, but it's not. We're in the Nations League territory now, aren't we?
21 is not even playing this week.
No. So what are you expecting against Millwall then? I mean, I'll ask everybody in the chat as well as you, Dave and Jacob. What do you reckon? What are you expecting? I mean, deep down inside, do you think Millwall can turn us out with our weakened squad?
Oh, yeah. It will be a difficult game with our full squad, so good on you now, but you just never know what day in football. We could put a scratch side out and win 3 or 4 and out. You just didn't now.
What about you, Jacob? What's your good feeling?
Oh, well, they've beaten Leeds and Burnley, haven't they? So, if I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to... Oh, I shouldn't put this on, but it's probably going to be a draw, isn't it? Be typical.
Well, I'll be happy with that.
I wouldn't mind. I mean...
yeah, fair.
Cycle...
It's not bad there.
It's not bad that at all, no. You'd settle for the point, wouldn't you, Jacob?
Oh, no, you do, Cabbie.
It could work psychologically, couldn't it? The fact, Millwall might look and think, oh, Sunderland's got the reserves out, whatever. You know, we needn't be up for this as much now. The young lads might want something to prove. They might be playing that. They might play their bloody heart out.
Yeah, you just never know in football, man.
And we could wipe the floor. Millwall might get a player sent off in the first 4 minutes, which totally changes the complexion of the game right from the off. It's like I said, it's fine margins which changes and settles results, isn't it? SJ says, get beat, we've got too many injuries and suspensions, says SJ. Jim says, Trey is a decent prospect, 18-year-old this month. Mackem on a mission says 2-1 will against Millwall. Mike Tyson to knock out Jake Paul second round. Is he fighting this weekend, is he?
No, I don't know. But Mike Tyson must be 50, is he?
Oh, it's one of these TikTok sort of fights, isn't it? It's making a farce of boxing, but they're making millions from it, and there's millions and millions will tune into it as well, and that's what they're after, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even doing full rounds. I think it's just I don't know. If it pulls in millions, then the promoters say it's a win-win, don't they? Another dodgy ground where we getting out, says Gary Hall. When was the last time Sunderland got a result at Millwall? It's been a while, was it?
For a win?
Yeah,
Oh, I can't remember the last time we won there. God, me. I know we've had a few draws.
PC Gabby said, does anybody know how Hamir is doing? Would love to know. I've not heard much. Been pretty much kept quiet, that one. Hello, Pixel Rich. How are you doing? Nice to see you. He says, agree with Davey. Putting a scratch side out could turn them over, expecting a difficult game against Millwall. Who knows? John Nesbitt says, if we win at Millwall, I will show my dambelos on here, he says.
Can I say that on YouTube?
You can't say that on YouTube, John, says Dave, and pack it in. 58-year-old is Tyson. Bloody hell.
Oh my God.
He's as fit as a butcher's dog, if you look at him, mind.
Aye.
Hopefully we'll see a full moon after the game then, John. I don't know. PC Gabby, Millwall is going to be a very, very hard game. Would definitely settle for a point. Good luck that we have an international break so that Lee Bristol has a bit of time to work.
It couldn't have come at a better time, this break. Imagine if we had a game on Tuesday night.
Yeah, the last two times have been international break. We've been cursing it, haven't we? Says, we're right on form as a break. You know, so next game is Millwall. Is that Saturday? It's a Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then Saturday at West Brom, and then Friday night away to Sheffield United.
No, West Brom's Tuesday night.
What? And then we'll play Friday.
Aye.
Freaking hell!
It's what you want when you've got injuries, isn't it?
Bloody hell! Is that what it is? I was on about my new coat, says John. When Davey says what you're on about. Paul McVicker says, thing is, Millwall won't have a clue how we will set up. He says that could be a positive for us. Teams that are starting to do their homework on Sunderland and maybe it's getting them sussed. It's going to be different, isn't it?
We haven't got a clue how we'll set up my Millwall.
Oh dear. So how many players are we missing in total then?
Right. Well, you didn't know about Brown, but Mundell, definitely. Patrick Roberts, Trey Hume, and Joe Bellingham.
And it's his last suspension game, isn't it, Bellingham?
Yeah. He'll be playing against West Brom, and if he doesn't get booked, he'll be able to play against Sheffield. But if he gets booked at West Brom and missed the Sheffield game, that'll be a disaster.
Would it be worth keeping him out the West Brom game and saving him for Sheffield United then?
You can't do that, though.
Can't do that, he says.
Nah.
PC Gabby says, would be very interesting. I think Lebris will relish the challenge. D Hall says, Semedo Lewis played 11, scored none for the under 23s. God, this hours flew over tonight.
Yes, time for the dogs.
Times for the dogs. So do you think there's a lot of overreacting, Davey, with this Coventry carry on and the way Sunderland's have dipped in form?
Gabby, you're overreacting, full stop. Just look at the bigger picture, son. We're top of the league.
Look at the big picture, we're top of the league.
Yeah. So when you go to bed tonight, we're top of the league, and when you wake up in the morning, we'll be top of the league.
We are indeed, and we'll be top of the league until we play again.
Right, so see you next time.
Davey, thanks a lot, Davey, mate.
See you later, Jacob.
See you, Davey. Take care.
Ta-ra.
See you later.
Take care, Cabbie.
Alright, catch you later, man. See you later, Jacob. Thanks for coming on, mate.
No worries. Fuck the mags.
Naughty boy. Alright, well, thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It's been a good show. Nearly 50 people in the chat room tonight, so thanks to every single one of you. Steve Taylor says another great show tonight. Thanks, guys. Put it this way, if we get past the next 3 games with injuries and suspensions, Labrie deserves a medal. Says SJ. John Nesbitt, Davey needs a darkened room. Pixelrich says, smashing show again, lads. Well, thank you very much for all your support. We'll be doing another show on Friday. You're welcome to join us.